Name Khan.
So which part of Jamaica you come from?
And I come from Jamaica. I'm an old patois.
Who teach you patois?
My Jamaican friend then.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You have a lot of Jamaican friends?
Yeah. You know I have lots with.
So let's say you're a bad girl.
Yeah, record me.
You better know that.
What?
Come here, man.
Stop.
Forward model. I want Jamaican yard badness now, man. Rural state, sir.
Yeah, hold on. Put out your thumb, brother.
Yeah. Rural state, sir. Chippewa Park.
Calm down.
All right, mama.
Active, isn't it?
Fully active.
Shalom, first and foremost, I'd like to give our praises and our glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Makakalash, the Bahamas, the elders and the apostles of Great Stone. Shalom to the brothers in the highways and the byways. Preaching this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom. This is your brother Shapal from JMS Jamaica Camp. As you can see in the video, this female here, so-called white woman, our girl, she seems to be a young female, right? People would say, oh, she's white, right? But we know that in the spirit and the whole essence of what she just displayed, man, you can safely say, oh, she seems to be a Jake. I would say that because color is a thing that people get caught up in, right? And they don't really think about the spirit or the spiritual side of things, man. Let me get a scripture, and I have a scripture queued up. This is 1 Samuel 16 and verse 7. It says, "But the Lord saith unto Samuel, Look not on his countenance, nor on the height of his stature, because I have refused him." Right? "For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for he looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart." And the Hebrew word for heart go back to lahab, which means the mind, But the Lord knoweth the spirit that he had placed upon the earth, right? And this account is when Samuel was ordained to anoint David, as the future king of Israel, right? Because the kingdom was about to transition from Saul, and Samuel saw his brother and wanted, but the Lord refused all the brothers. But because David was of a smaller stature and didn't look like a warrior or somebody would be seen as a king, But the Lord said that, look not at the outward appearance, man. And it's the same thing with this female. Now, this is the thing. Over the years, the of intermingling with other nations, Jake is going to come out looking different. Like all different nations where the Lord have scattered through the four corners of the earth, because the flock of the Lord has been scattered, man. But if this young female lineage go back to a so-called black man, which is an Hebrew Israelite, then she is indeed an Hebrew Israelite. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's all go back to the seed. You understand? That's what it goes back to. It doesn't have to do with any color. Because, as we said before, if an Israelite man, grew up in, say, what's the whitest part of it? Say Russia, and had sexual intercourse with a Russian female that's white, blue eyes, blonde hair, and get a man child preferably, and that was that so-called black man that get that woman pregnant, that black man which is Israelite get that woman pregnant, then the son would come out having a little lighter shade. But if that cycle, which that son should do the same thing with a Caucasian white woman, and that son is going to come out a little bit lighter again, and continue the cycle down the line, come all the way to 2005. Their sons and daughters are going to look unrecognizable from the Israelite man who started that. You understand? So in this dispensation of time, in the spiritual eyes have to see, because when you check the vibe and the energy that this young lady is pushing, man, it's giving Jamaican. She says she don't come from Jamaica, but she have Jamaican friends and so on and so forth. To take on to a nation, and we know that a lot of people take on to Jamaican culture. So let's just get that out of the way. However, not a lot of them portray a particular spirit. You understand? An authentic spirit that you know that, hey, look, man, this person, to the mannerism and to the person move, look, man, this is not a Edomite, or this is not a Moabite. You understand? You know? People can fake it, but sincerely, man, you're gonna know that, look, hey, this is what it is. But just to say that. Let me get another one. Queued up some scriptures up before time. This is Jeremiah 23 and verse 3 say, "And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all country where I have driven them, and I will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase." And this is a future prophecy, because here we are now in this dispensation of time of the Lord. I go bring all of the flock of the sheep of his flock that had been scattered through the four corners of the earth from 70 AD until now. Jacob been dispersed through the four corners of the earth. From the scripture says all have transgressed even by departing from the land. So all of us have sinned, man, because we transgress, we depart from the land that the Lord had given our forefathers, and therefore, because of the curses we have been scattered through the four corners of the earth, and now in this dispensation of time, now the Lord will bring the elect, because what the Lord is doing, man, the Lord have cast a white net, and He had bring forth men that are called to preach His word, to wake up the elect of the nation of Israel. And once the elect is sealed, then the Lord is going to bring, and the elect is going to come from the four corners of the earth. You understand? The elect is going to come from the four corners of the earth where Jacob has been scattered, as the scripture says. Saying so, some are going to come from China, looking like Chinese, Spain, Ham, over there in Africa, you see me? Over there, Moabite, India, all about, man. Our people has been scattered, looking like those places that they grew up in, So we said that because people might say when we're referring to these videos, are somebody might come up to the camp, or you might see somebody in a camp that don't look as the what do you call it now, as the status quo, because they have deemed ourselves what, the black Hebrew Israelites, right? Which we didn't call ourselves that. They are the ones that did that. So at the end of the day, them are going to look for a camp with only black, and you have other camp that teach that also. But as you say, we don't make this video too a bit lengthy, but that's it, man. The Lord is about to bring the remnant of His flock, because even on the flip side, you have, from the time of slavery, you have the slave master went in and slept with the so-called black woman and bring forth a child that is mixed in between, right? And that seed go back to Esau, Edom, the Edomite. That's not an Israelite seed, because the woman does not carry the seed. And at the end of the day, that woman or that child continue with a so-called black woman down the line. Then you're going to have somebody coming out looking dark skin, but they are an Edomite. And thus, the parable of the wheat and the tear growing together until the day of harvest, which the day of harvest is the end of the world. See? So you have a lot of tear among Israelites also, right? That are dark skinned, but they are really Edomites. And it seems a way, man, because but that's how it is, because back then the Lord gave us strict commandments, man, not to mix seed or mix races. You know what I mean? Culture and retaining your tribe and your race was very important back then. But now it's just, all over the place. But I hope this lesson was edifying. With that one, give our praise and our glory to Yahweh Bashim, Shai Bashim, Kakodash. Give our honors to the elders and apostles of Great Stone. Shalom to the brothers and the Iris and the byways, preaching, teaching, word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom.